respectfully, do not be surprised if Floyd Schofield Kid Austin upsets Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson hand don't looking good, my friend. His left hand don't looking good. So think about it, y'all. He just had surgery with the right hand. He's a southpaw. He might not throw that jab that's gonna help him contain and keep the effective aggression of Floyd Schofield Kid Austin off of him. And his left hand was messed up in the Edwin de Los Santos fight. So put it this way: right, left. The left power ain't gonna be there. The jab ain't gonna be there to keep Floyd Schofield off of him. Ladies and gentlemen, upset alert. So now the left hand and the right hand is all effed up. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he's highly prepared. Hopefully he's 100% heading into this fight with a guy that has effective aggression, very young, very determined, and also know enough about Shakur Stevenson because he has been in camp with him. He has sparred with him and stuff like that. He has looked up to him. He knows everything there is to know about Shakur Stevenson. And that's why his confidence is all the way up. Not only because of the skills, because maybe the brittle hands, the fragile hands. Is Shakur Stevenson going to be 100%? And look, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people saying, yo, but look, there's other fighters in the history of the sport of boxing that had bad hands. But you know what? They still managed to be great. Hey, Floyd Mayweather, right? One of the greatest that ever laced them up, right? Matter of fact, in the second half of his career, especially when he became Money Man, he had brittle hands. Everybody knew it. His opponents knew it. But guess what? He still managed to end his career as an undefeated fighter. But, I also don't like the comparison with, not that I don't like it, I just don't think that it's fair to also compare cemented legacies to guys that's just entering their prime like Shakur Stevenson, right? So a lot of people trying to compare the Floyd Mayweather situation, well, the Shakur Stevenson situation with Floyd Mayweather. But let me tell you like this. Floyd Mayweather did have the first half of his career, he did have the pretty boy Floyd era, meaning he was knocking people out. He was putting people on the ground, ladies and gentlemen. He was just not a defensive whiz like a Shakur Stevenson. He was also a knockout artist, in which Shakur Stevenson never been. You know what I'm saying? So now it's almost like this, right? Floyd Mayweather had power, but he needed to adjust his hands and still be great. But see, Shakur Stevenson never been there in power. So he's been here and now he will be over here. Allegedly, assuming he may be over here. Now, people also may say is this, even though that is a great matchup, and y'all already know I've been following both fighters, but I've been supporting Floyd Schofield Kid Austin. I've been following him since the amateurs and stuff like that, just like I've been following Shakur Stevenson in the amateurs. But I already knew that Kid Austin is a special fighter, in my opinion. Just like Shakur Stevenson is a special in the defensive end, right? And great footwork as well. But I feel that Kid Austin could take fully advantage of Shakur Stevenson. And I always say that anybody could upset Shakur Stevenson, it would be Kid Austin. He has the intangible. He has the youth. He has the knowledge of Shakur Stevenson. He might not have the experience in terms of Shakur Stevenson and his experience in terms of resume, but the experience of knowing Shakur Stevenson, he got enough experience, right? But I don't know if Shakur Stevenson is going to be 100%. Again, like I said, he just had the surgery. He had a surgery on his, I believe it was his he's a southpaw, so he had surgery on his right hand. But guess what? As a southpaw, you know what I'm saying, that right hand is the jab. Is he going to use that hand, faithfully to keep a guy that has effective aggression, just like Kid Austin, very athletic, could switch, you know what I'm saying, very unorthodox as well. You feel me? In terms of, not the word unorthodox, but I'm talking about awkward. He's very awkward in punch selections and stuff like that. He moves, he switches, he jabs, he feints. You know what I'm saying? He does a lot of things to put pressure on you. Not necessarily, he don't even have to hit you, but he puts you under that type of pressure with his feints, his footwork, his switching. He makes you think, overly think in terms, and that will right there for an opponent will get him tired. Almost like a Madrimov did to Bud Crawford, right? It wasn't that Madrimov was hitting him with everything in the kitchen sink or hurting him, body shots. No, it was that he was moving a lot, feinting, in which kept Bud Crawford second guessing himself, in which it could happen with Shakur Stevenson. Stevenson, especially if he don't got the power to stop, hurt, or even gain the type of respect for Kid Austin to stop moving forward. And I think that's the separation. And when we're trying to compare his Brillo hands to Floyd Mayweather's Brillo hands, you know what I'm saying? Or another fighter, hey, they may be getting outboxed, but their power takes them out of there. Let me give you an example, right? Sometimes Gervonta Tank Davis, he's not being outboxed, but he's not necessarily outboxing his opponent. But then he knows that he got this equalizer that's going to get his opponent out of there, right? Like Rolly Romero, like Frank Martin, you know what I'm saying? Hector Luis Garcia and stuff like that. Mario Barrios, you feel me? Like, yeah, we go tit for tat and stuff like that. But I got this equalizer that you don't got. I'm not respecting your power. I may respect your footwork. I may respect a little bit of your defense. I may respect a little bit of your counter shots. But at the end of the day, like Leo Santa Cruz was doing good. But Gervonta Tank Davis, you know what, man? Let me take this thing. Bing, bing, boom. And I believe that Kid Austin may have that type of energy with Shakur Stevenson, especially in the late middle rounds, right? Shakur Stevenson is one of the smartest fighters in the sport of boxing, but maybe he's smart because he knows how to hide his weakness. And put it this way, Shakur Stevenson won with this and with defense versus Edwin de Los Santos. You know what I'm saying? We have credit in the past, Willie Pep, for winning a round without landing a shot, right? Amazing. But within that same fight, he did knock out his opponent, right? So yeah, a lot of people love to talk about the Willie Pep history and stuff like that. But in that fight, he ended with a knockout. Floyd Mayweather used to end it. I mean, let's say if you're getting outboxed, Bud Crawford, he got the power to keep you honest. You feel me? Canelo Alvarez versus Amir Khan. Man, oh yeah, you hitting me. Think, oh yeah, bang. I got the power to I got the power to take you out. Shakur Stevenson doesn't have the power, never truly have the power. And now that his hands is at his worst state as it's ever been, does he have the power to keep Kid Austin off him? And I say no. This is the best opportunity, the best time for Kid Austin to get Shakur Stevenson before he really truly develops into an elite fighter, in which Kid Austin right now is not even close to his prime, but prime in confidence, prime in elite. You know what I'm saying? Prime in cojones. He's daring to be great. Ladies and gentlemen, when a lot of people don't believe that he could do it, but you know what? I believe he could upset Shakur Stevenson. Matter of fact, I'm not a betting man, but you know what? For the betting people out there, man, bet on Kid Austin. Bet on Kid Austin. Underdog will get you a lot of money. Now, again, Shakur Stevenson got all the skills in the world. You know what I'm saying? He got all the skills in the world, but he's 27 years old. Is his hands failing him? He's not going to gain power overnight. He's not going to do it. Even though that he's with I ain't even going to say it, but anyway, because I ain't even going to put it, the affiliations of, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to say it like this. Shakur Stevenson had an important person in his corner during the camp, and that was Floyd Mayweather, right? Floyd Mayweather could actually give him some type of pointers on how to hide the type of weaknesses, how to, you know what I'm saying, how to maneuver and how to hide those the brittle hands, you know what I'm saying? Because he's going to need that right hand for the jab. Now, I'm going to say this also. And we're going to be talking about this fight throughout the week. Kid Austin is not necessarily an elite fighter right now. For some people, because he was number 40 in the WBC, right? He's number 2 in the WBA, but this is a WBC sanctioned fight. So for Shakur Stevenson, and through the line of the WBC, he's still a prospect in the eyes of the WBC, in the eyes of the champion, Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson, people may say, oh, he might not be ready. This may be a tune-up for a Gervonta Tank Davis. That's the way they may see it. It's almost like Canelo Alvarez had surgery in his hand, and his next bout, I believe, was John Ryder. He went whole 12 with John Ryder, right? And then he went to the Jaime Munguias and stuff like that. But is Kid Austin the John Ryder to Canelo Alvarez? Is this what it is? I don't think so. I truly believe that Kid Austin is special, and I think his stock will not drop February 22nd after the fight. Win, lose, or draw, his stock won't drop. I promise you that. But if there is an upset alert, this is the upset alert in Riyadh season. It's Shakur Stevenson 100%. Again, we saw how he performed with Edwin de Los Santos with his hands. Now, I don't think, is it enough time? He had the surgery in September. Remember, with the De Los Santos, it was a left hand. Had surgery on the right hand. So in the span of what, 14 to 16 months, he got bad hands. He got bad hands. And his jab may not be there. And his left hand doesn't have the power. Right hand might not be there. Left hand might not be the power to gain the respect to gain for Kid Austin to respect. Kid Austin may win this fight very, very well as well. Don't be surprised if Kid Austin beats Shakur Stevenson. Let me know what y'all think. Subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button. Love you. God bless. And on to the next.